Hi, folks. Thanks for stopping by the channel. I wanted to talk about the parents of conservative commentator Lauren Southern being banned from using the Airbnb service, and then the company subsequently reversing their decision amid a tremendous amount of backlash that they received from people who didn't like their decision. So there's an article here on Fox News that says Airbnb admits mistake in banning controversial YouTubers' parents from using its services. A company reversed its decision to ban Lauren Southern's parents after she publicly criticized it on social media. A popular short term housing and vacation stay rental service Airbnb admitted it made a mistake in banning conservative provocateur Lauren Southern's parents from using its service this week. According to Southern, a far right content creator who used to work for conservative Canadian outlet Rebel News, Airbnb alerted her parents that they were barred from renting a property for a romantic getaway because of their daughter's political activity. Airbnb had banned Southern previously and claimed it extended that ban to her parents. You can see her initial tweet here that said, "My parents just got banned from Airbnb for being related to me. They have never booked anything for me. They do not represent me in any way. They are not publicly political in any way. How is this sane in any way, Airbnb?" And she shows a screenshot here of an email that apparently her parents received from Airbnb letting them know that because their account is supposedly closely associated with a person who isn't allowed to use Airbnb, that they will no longer be able to book reservations. It goes on to say here, Southern revealed the ban Tuesday on Twitter, writing basically what I just read. Um, so the email that they received goes on to say, for the safety of our community, we may remove accounts that are closely associated with people who aren't allowed to use Airbnb. Because I guess Lauren Southern's parents would make the community unsafe. Is that what they're saying? I don't see how that would be the case. Notice offered Southern's parents options for a refund and stated they could appeal the decision. So the tweets gained massive attention on Twitter, with the original one being viewed by more than 8 million people. It prompted Tucker Carlson Tonight producer Greg Ray to seek answers from the company. He corroborated Southern's account and relayed that the company told him it reversed its decision on Wednesday. Airbnb tells me it was a, quote, mistake to ban Lauren's family members. Decision reversed. They say Lauren is still banned, although the spokesman did not explain why. He says that's forthcoming in an email. So, I mean, this shouldn't shock anybody. I mean, there's very little that goes on today that really does shock me. Airbnb apparently is a very woke company. I checked out their website here, and they even have a section called "Fighting Discrimination and Building Inclusion." Something called Project Lighthouse. Launched in 2020, Project Lighthouse helps uncover and address disparities in how people of color experience Airbnb. We developed the initiative in partnership with Color of Change and with guidance from a number of civil rights and privacy organizations. And you can see here they've partnered with the aforementioned Color of Change, something called Asian Americans Advancing Justice, LULAC, which is the League of United Latin American Citizens, the NAACP, the National Action Network, the Leadership Conference, something called Upturn. These are all, far left organizations. So, we know what the people at Airbnb think about somebody like Lauren Southern's politics. And interesting to note, too, that I saw some people had pointed out online that Jay Carney, the former White House press secretary for part of the presidency of Barack Obama, is now a higher up at Airbnb. So after he left the White House, he served as Amazon's senior vice president of global corporate affairs from 2015 to 2022. And then it says here that in July 2022, it was announced that Carney was joining Airbnb as global head of policy and communications. So Obviously, they're in bed with the Democrat establishment as well, with the upper echelon of their company. So, really shouldn't come as a big surprise here. Now they go on to say that they apparently made a mistake, which obviously just means that after all the backlash they received, they caved essentially because they felt like they were taking too much heat. That I guess their clientele isn't quite as woke as they thought they were. So obviously, it's ridiculous for even Lauren Southern to be banned from using the platform, let alone her parents. So very interesting, and it obviously wasn't a mistake. It was laid out in the email that, hey, basically, we know you're related to Lauren Southern, so therefore, you are not going to be allowed to use our platform. So obviously, as consumers, we have choices. So I won't be using Airbnb. You can stay at a hotel. A lot of people were pointing out there's a competitor to Airbnb called Verbo, which apparently is basically the same thing as Airbnb, except they don't really get into all the political stuff. So you have that option as well. Um, so yeah, this is just another in a long line of corporations, trying to outwoke one another. So let me know what you all think, and as always, we'll see you on the next one.